Okay. So last we left off, we hooked up coal power, right? So we're chilling on that aspect. We have power now, 310 capacity. So I think now is a good time to kind of expand a bit. One thing I do want to get going is a transport method for the, what is it called? For the coal, so that I can research the foundry and then use the foundry to, or use the trucks to bring the coal back over here, so I don't have to run off for the coal every time. That might take some time. I also would like to put a storage container down for this really quick. Just so that the screws aren't... This is the wrong one. Whoops. Let's do this. Let's run it like that for right now. I do still want to run... I want to run a storage container off of this one. But I don't really know how to make that work right now. So I'll just leave it. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, so right now we have it set up to research basic steel production. But I'm not going to be able to do that just yet, so I'm going to research vehicular transport first. So we'll go get the cables and the iron rods that we need really quick, just so we can get that out of the way. Cables are looking pretty good. I might need to stack this pretty soon, but I'm planning also hopefully today to kind of even out the base a bit. I want to build up a bit and start getting everything kind of in line with each other rather than having everything like kind of jumbled and all over the place. But that's a little ways away. So what is this making right now? This is making the modular frames. That means I have 19 of those. I was coming to get iron rods. I believe they're in here. Yeah, one thing I really want to kind of not have is have all of my stuff kind of all over the place, like it is currently. I want it like easier to find what I need. Okay. So that's enough iron rods for this. Put those in. We'll put those in. Then I need rotors, which I know I'm making. I don't know if... Am I making? I am, okay. That was... The second belt going through here was kind of confusing me, which is exactly why I want to clean up how everything looks, because it's really confusing. And I would prefer, like, you know, I have two things making screws right now. I would prefer that going into one crate, and then from that one crate going to whatever assembler needs it, rather than how it's set up currently. How are we looking on biofuel? We are okay. I also want to get the coal kind of as our main and primary sort of power source. I want to get away from the biofuel as much as possible. So that will also be on the docket pretty soon. Just building a bunch of coal power plants to have about 500 megawatts of power until we can get to the oil power, which is kind of like where we're going to land, I think, eventually. But for now, I just want to start transporting coal over here. I think that's the most important thing. 20 more. Do I have more screw? I might have more screws sitting in this I can grab. I probably could take this out. It's making 100 per minute, and this is using 60, so I can take a few of these out. I'll do it later, probably. But that's one of the reasons I need to mess with this, because like I should have an abundance of screws lying around, but because that is not being like as efficient as it could be, it's costing me a lot of resources. By this point. Should be at least 6 modular frames in here by this point. Cool. We'll put those in, send that off.
Milestone reached. Long-range transportation, as well as the construction of outposts, is now encouraged. Vehicle stations have built-in functionality to refuel and restock or collect parts.
One thing we will have to work on is getting fuel for it, however. I'm not sure what, I haven't used the vehicles before, so I actually don't know what kind of, like, I don't know if I can run them on biofuel or coal, or like what I can actually put in them. So I will need to make that a priority, I think. We do have turbo fuel as a option if we want to spend the sulfur on it. We'll need to find a hard drive somewhere to get it though. We're a little ways away from doing all that, I think. One thing I am considering doing is putting up a miner over by the sulfur mine, the sulfur deposits, just temporarily, and just having it mine sulfur out into an awesome sink, so that I'm just earning points kind of retroactively. I don't know how much just pure sulfur gives you, but in the long, like, it's gonna add up in the long term. The thing is, I'll need to run. It's weird. I'll need to run power over there, and that seems like a bit of a project without like the long distance cables. I'm trying to figure out why my Hot Wheel has changed. That is not something that I've seen before. I don't know how to fix. So in that case, just do that for now. That should be all I need. So yeah, so I think we'll take a little bit of time and start building our kind of first plans for the base. Slug that's up here. Yeah, we'll not go get the slug that's up there. That almost killed me. I'll try again. I'm not scared. I believe in myself. It probably just would be easier just to build a ramp up to it rather than like walking across this. Or like foundation, I guess. Okay. Right. So, I mean, this is like a good kind of place to start, I think. I don't know if I want it this high to start off. Like, actually, like right about here seems a little bit better. So, let's take the foundation. So, go like this. I'm trying to make it as even as possible, but not gonna be super easy, I don't think. I forgot that could happen. I did not take fall damage, fortunately. I always forget that you can't like stand on the on the platforms until you make them. We're not going to start building anything up here just yet, just because it's going to take a while for me to get the materials to actually have this kind of the way that I want. But I just wanted to get it started. Might die to this. Okay, we're fine. I just wanted to get it started, so I kind of had an idea of like what we were going to do with it. But yeah, essentially we're just gonna... Nice. We're gonna have a platform like this. It'll be, you know, 10 by 10. It'll have everything on it. We will drag all the materials up there to us, and then... So that's 1, 2, 8. So it'll look something like that. Everything will get built up on that, and then from there, we'll keep going up as we need to. Obviously all the smelter, or the miners, will be down here. And then we'll just drag all the materials up to us as needed. So it's a little bit of work, and it's going to cost some materials, but it'll help us clean everything up and make it look nice. Which is kind of just the purpose of it, I think. We'll leave those ramps in because those are going to be how we get up there for right now. Yeah, so it's going to look a little funky until we start building stuff up there, but that's okay. So... we need to build 2 truck stations, one here and one over by the coal. We will need to build a tractor. It looks like we can build it with any type of fuel, so biomass will work temporarily, but obviously eventually we want to move to oil as our fuel source. That's just working as intended. Okay. The other things on the docket. We can go ahead and turn in the wire that we need for the steel production. We definitely have enough. We can turn in the concrete as well. It's just going to be the rotors and the modular frames, as usual, that are going to take a while. I could put up a second assembler. My concern with that is that I don't have a ton of reinforced plates, and I don't want to commit a second one as of right now. And I don't have... I suppose I could have the rotor, or a second rotor maker. I'm not sure why the screws are taking so long to get over here. I have some in here I can dump in. Because I have plenty of iron rods going. Screws are a little slow to be made, but they're not like insanely slow, like they're going. It would just be a lot easier if I had all of this kind of straightened out, honestly, which is what that is for. But moving everything up there right now is just a little bit out of our range, I think. Maybe not, though. Like, maybe it is viable to start moving stuff now. Let's try it. Let's try to start moving stuff up there and see how it goes. We'll just start back here. See, here's the problem, though, is if I start moving this stuff back here, then that stuff over there has to start getting moved, too. I could just start building stuff up there. Like, I don't have to connect it or anything. We'll just come up here. Move these ramps over. Alright, we'll come over here. Do I want the smelter down there? Or up here? I suppose up here, right? Like, makes more sense. So, I'm gonna try to put everything within, like, the squares, so it looks a little cleaner. But it's just realistically not gonna happen quite that easily. But everything's gonna kind of have to fit a certain way. Put this down there. What's up, Tornado? How you doing? It's down here. Right, and then it'll lift up from the miner up here into the smelter. The smelter to go into the constructors and whatnot, and then that's good. Feeling alright, feeling like a lobster at the moment. Yeah, because it's boiling where you are. That makes sense. It is very hot all across the nation. I'm assuming you're in the US. The other thing is we gotta get the power. I don't know if that lasts 3 days, and yes, yeah. Well, I hope that it gets cooler where you are soon, my friend. That is very rough. I'm in the desert, so I definitely understand the sentiment. But I have been inside the last 3 days because I'm not going out in 300-degree heat. You can't pay me enough to do that. Uh-oh. What the? That's not good. Where do these spiders keep coming from, bro? Yeah, even hotter next weekend? Exactly. And not gonna get any better anytime soon. Okay, that doesn't have a hitbox. It's only what, June? Beginning of June. So next month's gonna be even hotter, and then after that, oh man, who knows? I just moved down here, so I don't know what the weather's normally like, but where I'm from, August is always like the worst. I'm hoping that is not the case here. How you doing otherwise, other than it being sweltering where you are? Welcome in, my friend. It really has, honestly. Like, I was enjoying the spring because it wasn't too bad, but as soon as it got to like the beginning of May, I was just like, nah, I'm done. I can't handle this. What was I doing? these. So do I need... Okay, so I need 45 for everything that I need to build, not... so I can make the first one now. We will put this one... I guess just like right here, right? Like, it doesn't need to be insanely close. Make the tractor, I can. Down. I will need to eventually go over to the coal station. Other than that, everything going all right. Been on vacation since Thursday and back to work tomorrow night. Nice. Did you go somewhere for vacation, or are you just taking the time off from work? Hopefully you went somewhere cool if you did. Both literally and figuratively. I need to put fuel in this. I have not used the tractors before, so this is all going to be very new to me. Went out of state, nice. Where did you end up going? I'm gonna say you went to Pennsylvania because it's cool over there and not 600 degrees. Let's go over. I want to grab what I need for the truck station over there before I go over there. I just need one more rotor then. Take too long to make. Car show, car audio show. What's a car audio show? I've been to car shows before. I've never heard of a car audio show. Indiana. Oh, nice. I've been to car shows before. I've never heard of a car audio show. My first assumption is they just play car noises everywhere, right? Like this is a 1969 Chevy Chevelle. Vroom vroom. How much speakers you can cram into a car with enough sound to make your lungs explode? Ah, that makes more sense, because I was like, if you wanted to hear a car, wouldn't you just bring the car and not like just play the audio? That's kind of neat though. My neighbors would be really good at those shows. They have great speakers in their car. I can hear it all the way from my house. You actually like get into the car to like hear the speakers, or like the judges, I guess. Like people just play them from like really far away. Like you like sit out in like stands or like out in like an audience kind of area, and then like they play the speaker, or they like play something from the speakers. Demos inside of the car. That's kind of cool. Not my thing, I'll be honest with you, because I've been in those kind of cars where like the speakers are just like so loud that like your head starts vibrating, and it is not okay with my head. Yeah. That's probably pretty cool to watch, though, I'd imagine. This is using 15, so that's probably 15. This is 120, so I can just split it again. Go this way with it. I need to get the improved melee combat going. Hitting these things 6 times to kill them is just ridiculous. What happened to the lizard dog? Oh, it probably ran away, bro. Ugh. Okay, so we're gonna build a truck station right here. Just so that it's kind of easy to get to. And then this is the input line, I believe. I'll put some foundations down just so it's not going straight through the water. Just make it a little bit easier. How do I fix this? I guess I'll just splitter it off this. Kind of inefficient, but wanted to play this game for a while, but keep talking myself out of it because 1.0 dropping this year, but I don't know when it'll be released. I think the roadmap that they released not too long ago says that it'll be released early 2025, I want to say. So you still have some time. If you're like waiting to see if it's worth it, then like playing it in early access will definitely be fine. But if you're like more just kind of waiting for the full game release, like I would just wait till it's on sale. I think it's $30 normally. And I'd be happy paying $30 for it, but like if you could get it for less than $30, I think it's a steal. Like if it goes on sale for anything less than 25, I think it's just worth buying. There's already quite a bit of content in the game, I would say. That is just my opinion, obviously, and I only have like, I don't know, maybe 40 hours in the game or something. Been a while since I watched a new video. Last I seen was this year. I already have the game. Oh, just okay. Yeah, I mean, you definitely could wait until, like, if you haven't played it in a year. I just started playing a few months ago, so I'm not super sure what they've changed in the last year. But like, it wouldn't hurt to like just wait until the like 1.0 patch goes live. Honestly, but it is going to be like another year before that happens, so something to consider, obviously. I don't know if that's connected correctly, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy the game a lot. Load, right? I can use coal as fuel. Okay, that's good to know. I don't have to worry about making... Wait, so am I only loading it in as fuel, or is it going to load into this as well? That is something I do need to know. Yeah, I don't know what they've actually changed since the last year or so. But I do know that the roadmap said that it's supposed to be out in 1.0 next year, so like realistically, probably like summer 2025, like another year or so. Yeah, I haven't even made it past phase 3, I think it is. I had a phase 3 in my last world going, but one of my mods broke my game, and so I ended up quitting and making this one. This one I'm playing with no mods. I wanna finish the game one time without mods before I start modding everything again. But yeah, I mean, if not this, like, if you're like, if you're wanting to play like a similar game, but not wait for this to drop, or like you want to wait for this to drop 1.0, you could always just play like a different kind of factory builder-esque game, right? Factorio. I'm trying to think what else there is. There's a few of them out there. I don't know them all off the top of my head. Turning all nodes pure. Yeah, that would probably be a pretty solid mod. I do kind of find it irritating when you're like, oh yeah, like I gotta build iron or whatever, and then like you only have one impure iron node near you. I really liked the item teleporter mod. That was the mod that broke my game. I thought it was really neat, and I had like a really efficient way of running everything in my last base. But then it broke and I couldn't really do anything, and I didn't know how to fix it. I didn't even know it was a mod, to be honest. I had it installed before from like like when I first got the game. I was just kind of looking at mods. I didn't realize my mod menu was turned on, and I started playing the game and I was like, oh, this would be like super helpful. And I set it all up. I revamped my entire base, and then it broke, and I didn't feel like taking it all back apart again. Especially in the grassy area, but most of my buildings have been in the dune desert. Yeah, my goal for this playthrough is to have a base in all 4 regions. Okay, yeah, so that loads up fuel, which means I need to... Assuming I don't finish the game before I get to that point, obviously, but I doubt that's gonna happen. So if I do this, it should start loading up everything, right? Yeah, I've done a playthrough on the first area, the second, and then the second area was my last one. And now I'm playing through on the 3rd area. So I'm interested to see. I actually didn't know all the areas were connected until my friend told me a couple of weeks ago. He's like, "Yeah, are you gonna go to the other areas?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, it's all just one big map, but you have to like go to the other areas, and it takes forever." That was news to me. I should take this with me, and I can load that up in the truck. And then I'll have fuel. I do have scattered about the map, have factories all around the map using trains to transport. Yeah, I unlocked the trains after I unlocked the item teleporters, so I never really got a chance to play with any of the vehicle stuff. Is there... so that's something I'm like interested in doing this playthrough. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to have like 4 separate factories all kind of running on their own in different parts of the map. I just don't know, like I said, I haven't gotten past phase 3, so I don't really know what the end game content is, or like what you do in the end game. But I'm excited to get there. That's what I've been told too, is that like most people will, like when they build multiple factories, they'll like train stations that go from one to the other to the other to the other, and they use that to like get around. Okay, so that worked. So what I'll do is I'll put a storage container right here. Put that going into that. And we will make an autopilot. Hopefully this is how this works. Maybe I should go a little more slowly. But honestly, like, if your autopilot doesn't have like a sick drift in it, is it really a good autopilot, right? Okay, 2 sick drifts in it. Right, and then it just has to go. Sick. Bruh. It just has to go here and then stop and enable. Something tells me I'm not doing this right. Need to make a loop. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. I was thinking that, but I was kind of hoping that it wasn't the case, you know? Because I didn't want to have to do another loop. That's okay.
Your contract legally compels you to harvest this artifact.
Honestly, if you don't drive up a tree, is your autopilot even that good? Yeah, exactly. Where that tree came out of nowhere, man. Fucking devs, man, just putting trees wherever they want on this map, I swear. Tree. Right, and then I go like that. Loop it back. And that should be good, right? Surely. Nice. And then I won't have to run a 65-mile long conveyor belt from over here to over here. That's what I normally do. So that's efficient. I should really cut down the string. Okay. So, open record menu. Name for a path. Main base to coal. Save. Enable autopilot. Rose going. Thank you for the follow, Tornado. Appreciate you. I need to like set it to pick stuff up, or is it gonna pick stuff up on its own? Yo, who set this path, bro? This is ridiculous. That's kind of fucked up, dog. I'm gonna let you do your thing. I believe in you. Yeah, you got it. Another thing I was told was that I can make it so, like, I can like build a ramp up to the sky. Not to the sky, but like just up in the air, and then drive the tractor down the ramp and then delete the ramp. Or like drive it to where I want it to go and then delete the ramp and like the place between here and the ramp, and the tractor will just teleport from one to the other. I don't know if I want to do that, but I can do it if I want to, I guess. He's back. Don't remember the load unload. I think the load side, I think for the load, have to slide it to the left and unload to the right. Yeah, I think this is right? Like when it gets here, I want it to unload, and when it goes to the other one, I want it to load. Like, that makes sense to me. I think I set the other one correctly. I'm not confident that I did. But it didn't take any coal over here, so it makes me kind of feel like I didn't do it correctly. And if only I had like a tractor or something to get over here a little bit quicker. Even though I would just be ramming into these trees that somebody put in my way. Find some quartz and get some. Yeah, I have found a little bit of quartz, but I think my nearest quartz deposit's like a ways away. And I haven't taken the time to run to it yet. Yeah, so I'm already like 500 meters from my base, and it's another 1,000 to the next quartz deposit. Okay, I think it picked it up this time. And it looked like it grabbed fuel as well. But yeah, I just haven't like taken the time to run out and get it yet. I really should though, it would save me so much time. Should get the thing to chop down these trees. I haven't made a chainsaw yet either, so I'm kind of slacking on my little things. Yeah, I've found a few small breakaway ones. I think I only have like 50 quartz left or something, 50 raw quartz left. I'll have to go check, but I don't have enough to make 50 silica and unlock the recipe for it yet. I haven't done too much exploring in this playthrough just yet, because I'm trying to get everything in place before I go running off and like doing stuff. And I think I kind of just did that in the last couple of hours. Or like I just got to that point where I could run off and like do stuff while this works. Yeah, 15 raw quartz left. Cool. So we have copper going. Sorry, not copper, coal. How many rotors do I have? 3. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to go waste my time by running out, and then, like, I come back, and it's like, oh yeah, like, by the way, you need to build all this stuff now. It's like, no, I'd rather do that afterwards. Okay, nice. It looks like it's working pretty well. So I need to get the foundry running. I will need to kind of move this like over there somewhere, so I'm next to an iron deposit, but that's okay. We'll get to that. Yeah, I think like once I get everything up here, like I'm planning, then I will have a little bit more time to like go explore and stuff. Clean out my inventory a bit.